Relationships in tables questions look scary, but they're actually not. All we have to do is focus on the table and look at the labels. These labels are on top of each other, so I need to be circling numbers that are on top of each other. When we circle our first pair, we have 1 and 5. Now we need to make that into dots. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know that the number of erasers, that there are more erasers than there are packages. So I need to figure out how many times more erasers there are than packages. If I look to see how many packages I have, I only have 1. So here I have a group of 1. That means that on the other side, I need to circle groups of 1. I have 5 groups of 1 over here, so I know that this is 5 times more than this group of 1, because I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 copies of this one. That's 5 times. So I'm in my process column, I'm going to write times 5. And the way that the arrow is going to point is down, because 1 times 5 is 5. Also, I know that multiplication makes numbers bigger. So if I multiply, I know that I need to point to the number that's bigger. Since my relationship here is that when we go down, we need to multiply by 5, I need to make sure that all of the relationships going down are multiplied by 5. So I need to check that. Let's start with 3 times 5, and let's see if that equals 15. I can sing the 5 song for that one. 5, 10, 15. It does match, so that's a check mark. Now I need to focus on the next pair. 7. 7 times 5 should equal 35. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And it does, so that's a check mark. The next one, 9 going down, is 9 times 5. Let's see if that equals 45. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. And it does match because that's a 45 right there, so that's a check mark. I know that my relationship is that when I go down, I have to multiply by 5. So my relationship going the opposite way is divided by 5, because division is the opposite of multiplication. So now that I have all of that, I just need to look at my answer choices. They all start with number of packages. So I'm going to find number of packages in my labels, and I'm going to put my dot right there. The only way that my arrow can go now is down. So now that I have a down arrow, I need to circle the down arrow. That means that when I go down, I have to multiply by 5. So here it says the number of packages minus 2. No, we didn't subtract. We didn't add. We didn't add. We multiplied by 5 when we went down. So D is the answer. Number 9 is very similar. Try and see if you can solve this one by yourself by pausing the video. Let me go ahead and solve it right now. Let's look at the table. The labels are next to each other this time, so my first number pair has to be next to each other. I have 3 Jello packs and 30 cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That should be 10, 20, 30. I know that there are more cups than Jello packs. I need to figure out how many more cups there are than Jello packs, how many times greater this side is than that side. So I need to circle what's on this side. That's a group of 3. So on this side, I need to circle groups of 3. So here's a group of 3, group of 3, group of 3. Once you circled all your groups of 3, on the number of cup side, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 groups of 3. That means that there are 10 times more cups than there are Jello packs. That means that in my process column, I need to write times 10. When I multiply, numbers get bigger, so that means that I need to point to the number of cups, because 3 times 10 equals 30. And now we have to see if that's true for the rest of the relationships. So 5 times 10, let's see if it equals 50. Let's just sing the tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. That's true. Let's see if 7 times 10 equals 70. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. That's true. Now let's see if 10 times 10 equals 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. That's true. That means my relationship when I go toward the number of cups side is going to be multiplied by 10. And my relationship going the opposite way is going to be divided by 10, because division is the opposite of multiplication. So now I need to look at my answer choices. I notice that Jello, 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 Jello always comes first, so I need to put my dot where it says Jello. And the only way my arrow can move is to the other side. So now I need to match this arrow with the one that's going the same direction, and that's times 10. This one says plus, this one says divided, this one says times 10. That's true, that's a maybe. This one says divided by 10. The correct answer here is C.